In the previous lessons, we built a complete events application with Gridbox Zero. We created custom fields, designed the item layout, organized the item submission page, and built a fully functional category list layout with search, filters, an event calendar, and Google Maps. In this final lesson, we'll learn how to let users submit events directly from the front end of your website and manage submitted events. We'll create a front-end submission form, customize its layout, and configure the submission settings. By the end of this video, your visitors will be able to create and publish new events on site. The submission form is located in the System Pages section of Gridbox. From the Gridbox dashboard, open System Pages and find the page named Submission Form. Before we start editing the form, let's configure its submission settings. Open the context menu for the Submission Form page and select Settings. In the dialog window, open the Publishing tab. Under the Basics section, there are two important options. The first is Submissions Pre-Moderation. When enabled, every submitted item must be approved by a moderator before it is published. This option is especially useful if your submission form is available to all website visitors. The second option is Assign User as Author. When enabled, the Joomla user who submits an item becomes its author in Gridbox. This allows users to manage and edit their own events from their user profile. For this tutorial, we'll disable Submissions Pre-Moderation. Now, let's move to the Notifications tab. Here, you'll find two email notifications. New Submission sends an email to the administrator whenever a new event is submitted. Submission Publishing notifies the user when their submission has been published. Save the changes. Now, click the Submission Form page title to open it in the Gridbox editor. As you can see, the submission page is built with the standard Gridbox editor. You can add sections, rows, columns, and any Gridbox plugins, giving you complete freedom to design the page however you like. Now, let's focus on the submission form itself. It consists of three plugins. The first is a text plugin, which displays the page title. The second is the Submission Form plugin, where we'll configure all of the form fields. And finally, the Submission Button plugin, which submits the completed form. For a better user experience, it's often easier to fill out a narrower form. To achieve this, open the parent row settings and set the left and right padding to 300 pixels. This creates a more comfortable layout and keeps the form easy to read and complete. Let's change the page title to Submit Your Event. Now, let's move on to configuring the Submission Form plugin. Click on the form to open its settings. The first thing we need to do is select the application where submitted items will be stored. In the App option, choose our Events application. Next, open the Field settings. Here you'll find all the custom fields we created earlier. The first four are system fields. Notice that title and category are required and cannot be disabled. We'll keep the featured image field enabled, but we'll disable short description since we won't be using it in our events application. Next, you'll see all of our custom fields. Let's enable all of them. You'll also notice that at the bottom of the list, there are group headings. These headings come directly from the groups we created earlier on the item submission page, allowing us to keep the front-end form organized in the same way. Now, let's arrange everything into a logical order. Using drag and drop, place the fields and group headings in the sequence you want them to appear on the front-end submission form. Now let's move on to the design settings. Here, you can customize the appearance of the headings, labels, and fields. The default styles fit my design perfectly, so I won't make any changes here. Next, open the Layout tab. As with other Gridbox plugins, you'll find the standard layout options here, including positioning, margin, padding, borders, and box shadow. Now let's move on to the last plugin on this page, the Submit button. Like any other Gridbox button, it includes the standard button settings. The option we're interested in is On Submit. This option lets you choose what happens after the form is submitted. You can either display a thank you message or redirect the user to another page. The thank you message option displays a confirmation message in a pop-up dialog. Simply enter the message you want to show in the message field. For this tutorial, we'll use the redirect option. Using the link picker, select the My Account page. This way, after submitting the form, users will be redirected to their account page. I won't customize the button design since it uses the standard Gridbox button options you've already learned. Our submission button is now ready. Save the page and let's move on to the final step. Now we need to make our submission form accessible for site visitors. I'll do this by creating a new Joomla menu item. In the Joomla Administrator panel, open Menus and select Main Menu. Create a new menu item. For the title, enter Submit Event. Next, click Select for the menu item type. Choose Gridbox. Then select Submission Form. In the Page option, click Select and choose our Submission Form page. Finally, set access to Registered so only logged-in users can access the submission form. Now open the Link Type tab and disable Display in Menu. We don't want this menu item to appear in the main navigation since we'll access it through a button instead. Now let's add a button to the website header. Open any page in the Gridbox editor and add a button plugin. Change the button label to Submit Event. Using the link picker, select the menu item we just created. Finally, in the View settings, choose Registered so the button is visible only to logged-in users. Save the page and let's test our front-end submission form. Now let's test everything on the front end. I'm currently viewing the website in an incognito window. Since we configured the Submit Event button to be visible only to registered users, it isn't displayed at the moment. Let's sign in. As you can see, the Submit Event button is now visible. Click it to open the submission form. Now let's fill in all the fields and submit the event. After clicking Submit, we're automatically redirected to the My Account page, exactly as we configured earlier. Under the Events tab, we can already see the event we just created. Click the event title to view it on the website. As we mentioned earlier, users can also edit their own events. Open the context menu and click Edit. This takes us back to the same submission form we created at the beginning of this lesson. Here, users can update any information and submit the form again. If needed, users can also delete their own events. Simply open the context menu, select Delete, and confirm the action. We won't delete this event now, but the option is available whenever it's needed. You've completed the Gridbox Zero course. Starting from an empty application, we've built a complete events platform step by step. Along the way, you learned how to create custom fields, design item and list layouts, organize submission pages, add search, filters, calendars, and maps, and finally, allow users to submit and manage content directly from the front end. As you've seen throughout this course, Gridbox Zero is much more than a page builder. It gives you everything you need to build powerful, dynamic, content-driven applications without writing code. The Events application was just one example. Using the same workflow, you can build directories, business listings, real estate websites, portfolios, job boards, knowledge bases, and many other types of content applications. I hope this course has given you a solid understanding of how Gridbox Zero works and inspired you to start building your own projects. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Gridbox tutorials.